Hello everyone and welcome to Helix Cloud Games. My name is Richie and this is SideQuest, a cloud gaming show where we deep dive into one particular topic. On this week's show we're discussing Amazon Luna finally coming out in a beta, and to discuss this I'm joined by the host of the Sounds of Stadia podcast, Mr. Chris.
Hello lunatics.
I like what you're doing there.
Many other people have done it before me. I won't take that at all. But it's a good name and I'm happy to use it. So,
I'll openly confess I haven't watched that much Luna content because it's not in the UK and it's been in beta forever. But, well, it's no longer in beta. It's still not in the UK, but we'll get into that soon. But before we get into it, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon for notification when all of our great shows go live, such as the Sounds of Stadia podcast every single Monday on YouTube and podcast services, where you can actually get this show as well, and our Thursday night live streams, such as our most recent Darksiders Genesis playthrough.
Yeah, we had a fun time.
So Chris, Amazon Luna's finally out of beta and is now available to everyone in the mainland USA, although it's not rolled out globally yet. And it has launched some additional channels and changes. So let's have a look at it.
Yeah, this confused me initially because I saw a few people posting. Of course, our channel is all about cloud games. We talk predominantly about Stadia, but we're just waiting for Luna to come out to actively talk and play it and test it. I can't wait to get my hands on it, to get on Amazon Prime, order that purple sexy controller and get it in my hands and check it out and see how it compares. But yeah, a little bit of confusion when it was like, it's out in the United States. And my immediate thing was, it's already been out in the United States, like in beta albeit, but
yeah,
I had to reread the article 3 times to understand what had changed, and then it was like, they're just not in early access in the States.
I think we made the assumption that when it came out of beta, that's when the global launch would be.
Fool be us.
But it apparently isn't. I still think we're getting a global launch this year. But that aside, congratulations, Amazon.
Yeah, congratulations. I know the Luna team of a couple of them on social media have been tweeting out their own congratulations of like hard work and stuff to get this off the ground, and now officially out of beta. It's no mean feat to get any kind of new thing off the ground, and from what we're hearing from our friends stateside, it runs really well and everyone's having a great time playing it. So yeah, cannot wait. But they did announce a bunch of changes, and of course, as people who've covered Stadia for 128 weeks consistently on another podcast show, you should definitely go check out. It's interesting to now see, now it's out in the open and more players are going to play it than ever before, how it compares and some of the new changes they brought about, and yeah, just talk about like their approach in comparison. It's very interesting stuff.
Yeah, I think first of all, for those who don't know, Luna is Amazon's gaming service. It is a cloud service akin to Google Stadia, although with Stadia they have Stadia Pro where you can get free games and up to 4K 60 frames per second, that sort of stuff, and then you buy the games you want. Amazon Luna is an entirely subscription-based model, so you subscribe to a channel such as a Ubisoft Plus channel, where you get all the Ubisoft games. As it stands, the channels we're aware of are the Luna Plus channel, which seems to be the default Amazon Luna channel.
It's
Family
an
channel.
assortment.
Yeah, it's an assortment. Family channel, a Ubisoft Plus channel, Jackbox channel, and a retro channel, and a Prime Gaming channel.
Yeah, I think it's best described as like a cable package of TV.
Yeah.
So just like if you classically go out and look at your cable provider and you go, I'd like sports channels. I'd like your basic entry family package. I'd like the kids TV, so I get my Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network and Disney Channel. And then you can kind of chop and change sometimes within contract. Whereas, Luna have fully embraced this kind of cable package offering. And rather than buying your game outright, it is a case of, hey, you want to play some family games? Rent it for the month. You want to play some Ubisoft games? Rent it for the month. And you can just, basically a la carte style make your own offering of games, which is interesting approach. Is it the most money valuable? That's probably down the individual, but we'll get into that.
Yeah, I don't know about you, but things like when it comes to watching TV and movies, I'll rotate around subscription service, whether it's like Now TV or Netflix or Disney Plus. I rarely have more than one active at a time. So this is kind of how
I don't. Yeah. I'm one of those who goes, let's have Netflix. 10 years later.
Yeah.
Let's have Amazon Prime. It's all bundled in, so Amazon TV by default. I ain't cancelling that. Disney Plus, because me and the wife are massive Disney nuts and Star Wars fans. Let's have that. I also have my traditional Virgin TV package. I also pay a TV license in the UK for BBC content. And the only one I haven't had for a good while is Now TV. When Game of Thrones ended, that one did get cut.
Yeah.
But yes, and my subscriptions, all of them, albeit I do split them with the wife, so it's not like I'm just paying for them all
Yeah,
myself.
I was going to bring that up. I have to be a bit more discerning with like my expenditure because I am single, so I have a one income household. So
However,
which does
you're right in
massively
saying,
increase my bills. Like
having them all added up, it's just part of it. So,
adds
yeah,
up.
I pay £50 for the broadband and TV package basic, but then I've probably got an additional 50 for subscriptions, and they are going up. Netflix is going up. I think Disney Plus is going up. That's the world we live in. We've got rid of the expensive cable packages, and now we're just back to.
We're off on this tangent there, but
We are.
you need to
It
get rid of the
happens.
Virgin Media box. It's just stupid. It's
I need the
archaic
internet.
nonsense. Yeah, but I've got Virgin Internet. I don't have a TV box.
They always tell me it's cheaper without, but we digress.
Yeah. Anyway. Right. So let's take a look at the different channels. I think we'll start with the Luna Plus channel because that seems to be how I'm perceiving to be like the default channel for Luna. This is kind of the standard one. And the Luna Plus channel offers a growing library of new and favourite titles that include more than 100 games for every type of gamer. You'll find a wide selection of titles and genres, including favourites like Mega Man 11, Resident Evil 7, Biohazard, Control, Smite, Dead 5, Sonic Mania Plus, and many more. Good selection there.
Yeah, it's so Luna Plus, like you said, it's kind of the jack of all trades package. It gives you a good mix of everything. Just at a quick glance, you've got like Sonic Mania, as you said in there, Metro Exodus, Resident Evil, Biohazard, Control, Grid. So there's some good AAA titles in there, along with your kind of mix of mini games, indie games, ukulele.
Overcooked 2.
Yeah, Overcooked 2, which we're looking
That's
for.
a win
Castlevania
right there.
Collection. A couple of Trails games and stuff, Killer Queen Blacks in there. So a lot of games that we are familiar with seeing from Stadia. Obviously, a lot of titles in the cloud come across. There are a couple of new ones in there which are interesting. Plague Tale Innocence, massive shout to that. I've finished that this year. Great game. But yeah, it's kind of just a mixed bundle. Probably is a good starting point to get you in the mood, I guess, for cloud gaming, to test it out. It's going to give you the most variety, to say the least.
Yeah, it seems like a good option. It is currently priced, or will be from, I think it's from the 1st of April, will be priced at $9.99. I think founders can lock in the current price they're paying. But for the sake of this episode,
we don't
I'm
get
only
that
going.
chance.
No,
That we know of.
We'll see what happens when it comes to the UK. But for the sake of this episode, we're only going to quote the price going forward rather than historic prices, just for sake. But yeah, I think let's just briefly touch on the family channel, because I don't really want to hang around too long on that because neither of us have families. So the family channel offers subscribers a carefully curated collection of more than 35 games that are appropriate and approachable for the whole family, including SpongeBob SquarePants, Battle for Bikini Bottom, Rehydrated, Adventure Time, Pirates of the Enchiridion, Garfield Kart, Furious Racing, Skatebird, Space Otter Charlie, and Overcooked, and many more. And that comes in at $4.99. So I think that's actually a really good offer. To be honest, if you got a young family,
it certainly is. Again, it's less than $5 to keep the kids busy.
Yeah, we've talked about
a Fire
this.
Stick and a controller.
We've talked about this as a thing for Stadia in the past, of especially now they're getting more and more like games from outright, having a subscription package aimed at like a Stadia Plus package aimed at young kids who get all these games in one subscription. I think it's a really cool option.
Yeah, I think it's smart. It's aiming at a demographic, just like the cable packages did. You had, when we were growing up, if you didn't have the kids package, you didn't get Nickelodeon and Cartoon Network. So every child out there begged their parents to get those channels so they could watch the shows their friends were watching. And it would be no dissimilar to this. If your kids want to play a certain game, why would you buy it outright when you can just rent it for $5 a month?
Yeah.
And just have access to them. And then when the kids get bored or they grow up, like parents, you cancel the kids' package.
And again, similar to Stadia, you can just pick up the controller on the open it up on your TV and go into the kids. You go into the kids section, which is what then here's all these games. Play what you want, and it's curated for kids, so there's no worry about what they might be playing or not.
Exactly. Yeah.
I really do like it as an idea. Moving on to the Retro Channel next. The Retro Channel offers what? Sorry.
I was going to say this one's for us.
Oh yeah. I've just lost my place now. The Retro Channel features beloved classic games from publishers like Capcom and SNK, so subscribers can relive fan favourites like Street Fighter 2, Hyper Fighting, Metal Slug 3, Castlevania Anniversary Collection, and more. Relive the glory days of arcade gaming with this collection of games.
Yeah, this is the type of package that I think is aiming at a totally different audience, but at the same time, I think it's a very good prospect to pitch to people who've maybe elapsed gamers. We've got a few friends who don't really play anymore, but they've dabbled in Stadia a little bit because they haven't had to invest in a super expensive console. And these games don't require a super expensive console to run. However, digging out the old NES or something and dusting it off and hooking it up to a new TV isn't as easy as logging into a website and just playing the games via the cloud. So I think this is a great bundle for a package and features some absolute classics. Although retro, where does that end now? Because PS1, PS2 are... I know they obviously wouldn't be on Amazon Luna, but retro is retro.
Based on the description I just read, they're aiming at arcade... Like, I think the highlight of arcade games, so I'm looking at the SNES, the Sega Mega Drive era is probably the cap. I'm thinking 2D with this. I mean, it goes back as far as Pong. Pong is listed, like, on the Retro Channel, like...
That is you don't get much more retro than Pong.
No, that's about as retro as you can get.
It's 1972.
Yeah,
Atari's still raking it in.
And the Retro Channel comes in at $4.99 a month, dollars, of course. We don't have prices in euros and pounds yet.
Well, what you do is you do a direct conversion,
and that's it.
And that's it. You just ignore everything. Yeah, it'll be £4.99 a month, guaranteed.
Yeah, I think there's some good games in there. Like, it depends on the ports, because I think like Street Fighter 2 can be good or bad depending on the port.
Yeah, and this is, I guess, where the subscriptions lend themselves. Like, you could play for the month, get your fill, and then just bounce out and come back in maybe 8 months' time when you have that itch again to play some retro. Because I love retro games as much as the next guy who grew up with them, but let's face it, I don't want to play them all the time because they're old games. Like, gaming is all about the future and what's new. So when I've got brand new titles over here, I'm not going to spend half as much time playing the retro ones as I would. However, I do get that itch from time to time, and I do hook up my Mega Drive, and I do play my PS1. So it's I think a subscription model with retro games is actually a match made in heaven. So it's a great idea to have a retro specific channel. I like it.
Yeah. Moving on to a channel I think is quite a unique idea, but I think it's a brilliant one, to be honest, for another $4.99 channel, and that's the Jackbox Games channel. Family Game Night has never been more fun with Luna and Jackbox Games. Jackbox Games channel on Luna is the only place you can play all 8 party packs from Jackbox Games with one subscription. Play popular hits including Quiplash, You Don't Know Jack, Drawful, and Trivia Murder Party. These titles support Luna Couch, a cloud-first feature that lets you invite others to join a multiplayer game session instantly, even if they don't have a Luna subscription.
This is probably the most out there, interesting channel of the lot.
In terms of conceptually.
It's one publisher, it's one list of games.
Yeah.
But you're not going to go and buy... Like, we all have our favourites, right, from the Jackbox collection. You like some like one from others. We have a friend who always wants to play the murder game.
Yeah.
I don't know which game it specifically is, but no matter what party we're at and we play Jackbox...
It might be Trivia Murder Party.
Is the murder game there? Is the murder game included? And when it's not... we kick off big time styly. However, we digress. I think it's great. It's one publisher, it's a bunch of titles, and like I said with the Retro Channel, you ain't going to want to drop £20 on each pack individually. However, you're having a party, you got friends around, you hit subscribe, you get access to them all. Done.
Yeah, it's a $5. You have the whole thing. So if you like, that's what I could see us doing. Like, oh, we're just going around yours for a night. It's like, oh, should we play Jackbox? Yeah. Just buy it just get the subscription for a $5.
Yeah.
And then we've got the entire catalogue.
Yeah. How much is it on the PlayStation? $24.99. Or it might be on sale for $12. or I could just pay £5 and have them all, have everything.
I'm going to quickly look up how much they are on Stadia. I think they might be like £15 a game or something, or maybe more.
I think they were launching at like £24 odd pound.
Yeah.
But again, that's the great thing with a subscription, is it's just like Netflix. It's you get such a wealth of variety for a low entry cost. Oh yeah, see, that's six months worth.
Yeah, the free Jackbox Party. So if you wanted to buy 6, 7, and 8, the ones that are on Stadia, that's £90.
Yeah, I ain't paying that to play some games for an hour with my mates. Sorry.
Or you can pay again. I think Luna absolutely nails this one. It's $5. You get them for a month. You only get them for 1 month, but you get them for a month.
Yeah.
And you get the entire catalogue.
Yeah. And this is where cloud gaming really does help cut out the middleman with, like, once it's there, once the subscription's there, you don't have to worry about it. You just see $5 rolling in from people playing it every now and again. The hard work's done. You don't have to port to another console. You don't have to update it or bring another version, or nothing is left stranded on an old console. It's just, now the Jackbox Game sub is there, it can just exist in perpetuity via the internet.
Yeah. I mean,
no uploads, no patches, just click and play with your friends.
Assuming a 1-for-1 like conversion between pounds and dollars, it would cost $90 to buy all the free party packs that are on Stadia, so that's 6, 7, and 8, or $60 for a year worth of all of them on Luna.
So that makes total viable sense.
Yeah.
And then you can do. I guess you can do that in a way with all of them. Pounds to dollars, buying them outright. A subscription model is always hands down going to win, because you get access to so much more for a fee you can just knock on the head at the end of the month. It's a 1 month in and out.
Moving on, Ubisoft Plus is $17.99, same as it is on Stadia. It's the same as it is on Stadia.
Yeah, I don't think they've.
I don't really have much more to add on this one. Like, it's Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah, the only thing I could imagine may change with this listing is if Amazon aren't as strict with the mouse and keyboard rules. So we might see things like the Settlers or Anno come to Amazon.
There's a couple of things on here on this list from the Amazon Luna blog, like Assassin's Creed Chronicles, China, India, and Russia.
I was just
Assassin's Creed Liberation.
Yeah, if you look on the Luna website, it does list
Beyond Good and Evil 2.
Things.
That's ambitious. To have Beyond Good and Evil 2 listed.
It's got Beyond Good and Evil 1 in the one I'm looking. From Dust. Steep is on there. Like you said, the Assassin's Creed Chronicles games. Everything else looks standard.
Yeah.
But yeah, again, interesting to see how it deviates the two platforms. If Amazon are so strict on mouse and keyboard, or not so much.
I think the differences in library are largely just to how far along they are in terms of porting. And Stadia's probably taking a bit more preference in porting for Ubisoft at the moment, because Amazon has only just come out of beta and isn't global yet. So
no Rayman.
I think long term, Ubisoft Plus is going to be comparable between services. And well, the thing is, the fact that you're paying for Ubisoft Plus, theoretically, you should have it on both Stadia and Luna. And with Ubisoft Connect, you can play either. So take your pick.
Sync your accounts up and have at it. So you're not really going to lose now. Once you've got your subscription, you can do it anywhere. Yeah. Even better.
Moving on then to, have we covered all the channels? I think we've
the final one's the newest one, which is the most
the Prime Gaming channel.
Yeah, the most discussable one.
Yeah.
Purely just based on what it does.
Yeah, just trying to find Prime Gaming channel. Through a unique offer, Amazon Prime members can now play a rotating selection of games for free on Luna through a dedicated channel. For the month of March, Prime members can play Devil May Cry 5, Observer, System Redux, Fogs, Flashback, and from the 8th of March to the 14th of March, to do the American putting the dates the wrong way around thing, you can get Immortals Phoenix Rising. If you're curious about cloud gaming and an Amazon Prime member, the Prime Gaming channel is an amazing way to play these games at no extra cost.
And that's the killer blow difference for me between Stadia's approach and Amazon's approach. We've been shouting for months now about marketing presence. And there's obviously lockdown, COVID aside, physical retail out there in the real world presence. For me, as someone who's worked in marketing as well, is critical. And we said when Luna was first announced, what's the one thing they have that's different? And that is they drop boxes off at people's doors on a daily basis en masse. Amazon Prime in the US, where this is just launched, has 140 million Prime subscribers, benefiting from next day delivery, discounts, and Prime TV. This is just another string to that bow. And I've said to you, off camera, on camera, Richie, Amazon launches Luna this month, right? What do? Every box that goes out from their shipping warehouses, you wrap it in purple tape that says, check out Amazon. Every Prime customer, all the packages for the next month come in purple tape that says, check out Amazon Luna, free gaming, whack a picture of Immortals Phoenix Rising on there or something else for free. And people go, okay.
You send an email to all of your Amazon Prime customers and going, check out Luna for free.
Yep.
Here's some games. And to add on to that, Luna phone controller, you can now try Luna on Fire TV using an iPhone or an Android phone as a controller through the Luna controller app, available as a free download in iOS and Android app stores. The on-screen controller is an option for new or casual gamers without a controller who want to check out side scrolls, turn-based RPGs, trivia titles, and more. I actually like the end of that.
Could you read that bit a bit quicker for me?
No. It's an on-screen controller. Everyone knows what it is. I actually like the ending bit of the name drop a couple of genres like turn-based RPGs, trivia titles, side scrolls. Like, going, don't expect to play Elden Ring on using touchscreen controls, but here's a couple of games that might be
not yet
interesting.
But
well, again, so if you've got your phone, so there's your controller to try it out. You got Amazon Prime. Oh, let's just put this Luna controller on Amazon Prime discount for a couple of months.
Yeah, well, it's 20% off as well, right, for the next 2 weeks?
Yeah.
Or 1 week when this goes live. But yeah, I just think it's so, like, if out of 140 million people, you get a 1% uptake on Luna, that is still a shed load of people. Just 1% joining your cloud gaming platform.
For example, the Luna Plus channel is $9.99. That's kind of the price you pay for like Netflix. So people are accustomed to just paying that monthly, having them subscriptions active, and then just accessing the content. Where I think sometimes, especially if you look at PlayStation now, AAA titles can go for $70. That's something you have to stop and justify. This is why Game Pass is doing so well, because it's just a one-off subscription, and you get access to so many games.
Yeah,
but
it's an interesting one because I think we both appreciate Stadia for giving us the ability to buy games.
Yes,
and we can cancel Pro at any time, and we can still play the games we want without a monthly committal. This is obviously totally committing to the subscription model. That's their approach.
Yeah.
And long-term wise, we don't know if that means big games. Obviously, Immortals Phoenix Rising, it's a great title to get as Prime, but it's only going to be hanging around for a week.
Ubisoft don't count.
Yeah, it's hanging around for a week. So after that week and you're, 15 hours into Immortals, you then have to look at, right, now I need to sub to Ubisoft Plus. So that's $18 a month. Whereas you and me could have bought it on sale at Stadia for 18 quid. One off, we own it, we can play it to our heart's content whenever.
Yeah, or if you're for traditional consoles from Amazon, the price of physical media drops massively. It's literally why I bought the disc version of the PS5 rather than the digital version, because I know I'll make my money back over just literally a couple of games if I don't buy them at launch.
Yeah, just pick it up.
Yeah.
But again, marketing, this is all going to play out over the next decade. Yeah, anyone can make assumptions now. For all we know, Stadia could pivot and include YouTube Premium. Amazon Prime could maybe not get as many titles, because the one thing with subscription models, and I think Xbox Game Pass is still under scrutiny for this, at what point is it not making profit? Obviously, to start with, it's a loss leader, because you're telling me Halo Infinite and Forza and everything on Game Pass day one, they're not making the 20 million, 30 million box sales of $80 per unit. Yeah. So at one point, does the balancing act, and that's why Xbox and Microsoft have gone out and acquired all these studios. It's to keep that flow of content coming. That's why Netflix put out 20 movies a month, to keep people subscribed. how does that look for Amazon, and are they going to invest to keep these subscription models? And more importantly, do the games stay on them, Richie? Like, what's to say this retro channel is going to lose 20 titles from Atari in a year's time because the deal was only for 1 year?
My assumption is they should stay. The Prime Gaming channel is rotating though.
Right. But that's what I'm saying. If you're Atari and Amazon go, can we have your retro games? And they go, yeah. Atari aren't going to commit to that forever. That will be a stupid business deal. So there's got to be a time frame, surely.
And the thing is, as you add more games on the channel, then the revenue share. I don't know what the specific revenue share is for the developers.
Yeah.
But assuming it's based on like similar to Stadia, where it's based on hours played, effectively.
Yeah.
The more games you add in the title, the more you're cutting that revenue share down.
Exactly. And we've seen that with Game Pass. Like, Game Pass is getting Guardians of the Galaxy this month, I think, which is fantastic. Amazing game. One of my favourite games from last year. However, it'll only be for a limited time. Come June, it might not be on Game Pass anymore. So then if you subscribe to Game Pass, like you said, the library is changing and there's only Xbox First Party that stay there. Whereas you could just... I bought Guardians of the Galaxy disc for Christmas. Got it for cheap at my local supermarket, physical. And I have that. I can play that whenever.
Yeah, I am personally... What I like is choice. The choice to choose how I interact with it, how I pay for it. So do I want to, like, as I've said before, like when Rainbow Six Siege first came over, I was looking to get Ubisoft Plus at that point in time.
Same.
But because it came out on sale, it's like, well, it's only like £1 or £2 more to buy the game. It made more sense for me in that moment, like, to buy the game rather than subscribing. But then with Extraction, I had the opposite approach. It's like, well, actually, no, based on the price, it makes more sense for me to just get a month of Ubisoft Plus.
Yeah. So, you, again, as a consumer, you had the options.
Yeah, that's what I like. I like that. That's what I liked about Stadia is I have that choice. It's one of the biggest concerns I have with Luna is, like, I don't have that choice. I have to commit to a subscription service, which means I'm also committing to propping up games that I have no interest in.
Yeah. And that's similar for me looking at the list. These are the games I own on Stadia. Valhalla, Rainbow Six Siege, Far Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Unity. What else do I have? I did have The Crew 2. I'm just going through the lists. I will have Blood Dragon when it comes out. Scott Pilgrim I've got on... Yeah, I bought Scott Pilgrim because we played it as a first look. Yeah. I don't have to pay anything for them ever again. But if you wanted to play them on Luna, you'd have to commit to a $17.99 monthly fee, whereas I can just play them freely now without committing another month of my money to those titles. Oh, Division 2, that's the other one. Yeah, so again, it's each to their own, and you're getting a bigger wealth of titles. But yeah, it's an interesting world we live in now.
Amazon are clearly banking on the fact that people have come accustomed to subscription services, but this sometimes does feel a bit like the old cable TV packages where it looks nice and cheap until you start adding in, but I want this package and I want this package, and then the price builds up month for month.
Well,
and people, but for something like, if you just got, let's say you're just a casual gamer who's got kids who play, so you want the Luna Plus channel for yourself and the family channel. That's around about $16 a month for both. I think you're probably content just paying that. If that was like, I have to pay $16 a month and then I can just play games. Mm-hmm. I might not get AAA's day and date, but I've got Amazon Prime, so I've got the Prime gaming stuff coming.
Yeah.
So that's going to have rotating stuff.
But then the new Assassin's Creed game comes out and you're like, right, okay, I'll play Assassin's Creed for the next, 4 months? Maybe? Because it's the big games. That's $18 a month for 4 months on top of...
The price of Ubisoft Plus here is a clear outliner for me, because it's like...
So much higher.
It's like $7 high, well, $8 higher than any of the others. Mm-hmm. That is like, what, $17.99 for subscription service. I'm only paying $10 for this one. Yeah. I can see people actually that being a bit put off with that.
Yeah, I can as well, but that's Ubisoft's obviously directive that they've got going, and it could come down, it might go up, we don't know. But you know what? All in all, in summary, I think it's a great selection. They've clearly put the flag in the ground and said they're open to other publishers. There's nothing to say we won't see EA playing nice with Amazon. There's nothing to say publishers can't get together. THQ Nordic could come out swinging with an Embracer Group lot, which would have a ton of games. Outright, Whether they're in the family channel, they just outright get their own channel. We don't know, but it's an interesting mix. I'm so happy to see that it's launched. I can't wait till it gets here in the UK, just to see the variety and how it stacks up against Stadia, which of course we've been big fans of for many years now. And exciting stuff.
One last thing I want to touch on as well is live broadcasting to Twitch, because Amazon own Twitch, so makes sense having Twitch integration here. You can now broadcast Luna gameplay to Twitch with just a few clicks on devices you already own. No expensive setup required. With the latest Luna update on a PC, Mac or Fire TV, a new broadcast button allows you to stream gameplay live with a camera feed overlaid on the screen. That's a big one, providing a new simple way to broadcast to friends or the Twitch community. With Fire TV and Fire Tablet, you can simply use a QR code to connect your phone as a webcam and mic. So that is a huge one, actually, because one of the problems with direct streaming from any platform is it's very basic. You get the game, you might get some mic. But as anyone who's watched any streamer ever knows, there's a reason we put our faces on it. It's that simple, and Amazon are the first to do that. Like, this is something Google could do, something PlayStation could do. Like, PlayStation have experimented with stuff with using your phone as a second screen and stuff in the past. You could use that as a webcam. Basically, what Amazon are doing here.
Yeah, I think it's not understood. When every kid nowadays is aspiring to be a YouTuber, and content creators are more prevalent than ever, and the way we consume media through the likes of Twitch and YouTube has increased tenfold in the last several years. This is a great launch beat to just say, you know what? If you like playing Luna, stream it. Do it. All from your device in the palm of your hand. That's taking the barriers away.
Yeah, it doesn't have the customizability of an expensive setup, but you've got to pay for the expensive setup. So if you just want to dip your toe in the waters and streaming, it's a good way to start. It really is.
Yeah. And it's there at launch. US launch, I guess we should say. But yeah, I'm sure they've learned a lot from Stadia.
I think Stadia can learn some stuff from them. Bring out a family channel.
Again, it's a shared world, and there's enough room for them all to play in, which I think is the best thing. We for one welcome Amazon Luna at the party. We welcome whatever PlayStation's new Project Spartacus looks like. Will we see the rise of PlayStation Now? And we welcome Game Pass and everything else, because gaming's for everyone, and whether it's via a subscription model or buying your games outright, it's great to see our passion expand and reach new people and bring those barriers down. So can't wait. Exciting future ahead, Richie.
Indeed. But that's all we have time for this week. If you liked the video, hit that like button and consider becoming a member for as little as 99p, where you get early access to this very show on YouTube. Fortunately, you can't get early access on podcast services because Anchor won't let me do that.
And unlike Luna, we are available worldwide.
We are. We're global. You can, wherever you are, Belarus, Jamaica, Lanzarote, you can get us.
Not Belarus right now.
I think you can.
No, I mean from a.
Oh yeah, from a political standpoint.
Yeah.
I just picked a random country. Don't read too much into that. If you got an idea for a topic again you want us to discuss, you can let us know in the comments of this video or in our Discord server, or tweet at us at Helix Cloud Games. And with that, my name's been Richie.
I've been Chris.
We've been Helix Cloud Games. Thank you very much for watching. Quest completed.